Have you noticed something strange? Movies don't feel as exciting anymore. Books feel harder to finish. Even the videos you were excited to watch yesterday somehow feel boring today. And most people think they know why. They say our attention spans are getting worse. But there's one problem with that explanation. If your attention span is destroyed, how can you spend 3 hours scrolling without getting bored? How can you binge watch an entire series? How can you jump from video to video for hours? Something doesn't add up. And the answer is more unsettling than most people realize. Because maybe your attention isn't disappearing. Maybe it's being trained. Think about the average day. You wake up and check your phone. A notification. A message. A short video. Another one. Then another. By the time you've been awake for 20 minutes, your brain has already consumed more stimulation than previous generations experienced in hours. And here's what most people don't realize. Your brain adapts to whatever environment you place it in. Always. If you spend enough time around noise, silence starts feeling uncomfortable. If you spend enough time around speed, normal life starts feeling slow. And if you spend enough time consuming endless novelty, ordinary experiences start feeling boring. That's why so many people say things like, I can't focus anymore. But what if that's not actually true? Because people can still focus. Just not on the same things. Someone might struggle to read 10 pages of a book. Then spend 2 hours watching short videos. That isn't a lack of attention. It's a shift in what the brain has learned to expect. And this is where things get interesting. Most people think they're addicted to content. They're not. They're addicted to change. A new video. A new post. A new message. A new notification. A new piece of information. The reward isn't always the content itself. The reward is the possibility that the next thing might be more interesting. And once your brain gets used to that pattern, something important begins to disappear. Boredom. Now that sounds like a good thing. Who wants to be bored? But boredom had a purpose. It was the space where thoughts could grow. Where curiosity could appear. Where ideas connected together. Today, the moment boredom arrives, we eliminate it. We reach for our phones. And because boredom never gets a chance to exist, our minds never get a chance to wander. The strange result? We have access to more entertainment than any generation in human history. Yet millions of people feel less interested in life. Why? Because the problem isn't that life became boring. The problem is that everything else became too stimulating. And when your brain gets used to constant intensity, normal experiences can't compete. A walk feels boring. A conversation feels slow. A book feels demanding. Not because those things changed. Because your expectations changed. And maybe that's the real reason nothing feels interesting anymore. Not because you've lost your curiosity. Not because you're lazy. Not because you're broken. But because your brain has spent years adapting to a world that never stops demanding your attention. The scary part is that most people never notice it happening. It happens slowly. One scroll at a time. One notification at a time. One distraction at a time. Until one day, they wake up feeling like something is missing. And maybe the biggest misunderstanding of modern life is this. People think they're searching for meaning. But more often, they're searching for intensity. And those are not the same thing. Meaning is slow. Intensity is fast. Meaning requires patience. Intensity requires a swipe. And perhaps that's why so many people feel constantly entertained, yet strangely uninterested. So maybe the question isn't, why does nothing feel interesting anymore? Maybe the real question is, when was the last time your mind was given enough space to become interested in something? The strange thing is, this video wasn't really about attention spans. It was about how modern life quietly changes the way we think. And that's exactly what we explore here on Logic and Habits. If you enjoy psychology, human behavior, and the hidden forces shaping your everyday decisions, consider subscribing. Because understanding your mind might be one of the most important skills you'll ever learn.